Yes, you're watching Vic 263 TV and I'm Ivy Zee. Today we've been privileged enough to go behind the scenes with Grammy award-winning group Ladysmith Black Mambazo as they do their sound check for their Melbourne show. Let's go speak to their sound engineer, Malcom.
When I say, our Creator, I do not mean any particular race, color, or creed.
Hi Malcolm, thank you for giving us your time. Welcome to Melbourne and to our show Vic 263 TV. First question I have for you is, what is it like working with a group like Ladysmith Black Mambazo?
It's amazing. It's beautiful. I think it's everything I've ever wanted to do. It was basically a dream come true.
Clearly, there's a lot going on here. For some of us who may not quite understand what it's like to be a sound engineer or how important it is, what would you inform us about, the importance of all this?
In any kind of job, there's always somebody who drives. You know what I mean? Like, I look at myself as like the pilot of the group when it comes to audio and sound. Like when the audience pays a lot of money to come and see a group like this, they expect quality, they expect to hear each person. And if you look at the stage, each person has a microphone, so all those microphones come to me first. I process the microphones using a mixer, and whether it be effects or controls and levels, it's called a mixer because you're mixing it, so when the audience hears it, they hear a complete balance of what you see with your eyes. So you're basically feasting with the eyes, but you're also feasting with the ears. But it basically comes to me first. So I have the option of muting them or unmuting them. So if they're bad guys, I'll mute them. But if they're very good guys, I'm able to make them sound great.
Sounds like a lot of work, but I'm sure you're really good at what you do. And thank you for such knowledge. So tell us, what advice would you give for anyone who's an artist or anyone who's in the entertainment industry and is trying to work their way up?
I think perseverance. I know it's not easy to believe when you're an upcoming artist that every time you try, it seems like the doors are closing. But I know people always say believe in yourself. It's more than believing in yourself. It's believing in what you do and creating a career, but you have to love it. Like a lot of people would say to me, oh, you're so lucky, you got such an easy job, and you're always traveling the world. It sounds easy. It's just because I make it sound easy. It's something that I've always done from the time I was a kid. I was first a musician, so easily it transitioned into being behind the scenes because I appreciated it, I acknowledged that, and I didn't want to be the person in front. So you have to believe in it, and you have to love it, and you have to live it. So my motto was, you start small, you think big, and live large. So basically, coming back to your question is, you need to see if you can live what you want to become, because it's unlike seeing how people glorify this industry. They never get to see the bad side of it. It's like, for instance, a good example is, we love what we do, but at the same time, the people that we leave behind appreciate what we do, but they don't really love it because it takes us away from them. So you understand what I'm saying? So in this industry, you're the first one to come onto the job and you're the last one to leave. It's not as glorified as people. So becoming an up-and-coming artist, it's not an overnight thing. It takes a long, long time. You need to have right people, right engineers, right producers, right studios, and networking, a good network will take you a step further. That's the only thing I can give them is just work tighter on getting a good network and just keep on pushing your dream as long as you can stand for it, because there's a lot of other people that get an opportunity because it comes too quick and too soon. They're not prepared for it, and then they become a disaster. They don't really make it. So when they're really grown up and they're big enough to understand what just happened, the boat has moved on to a new territory. So the people who are just about to break in there, just be prepared for it, because the industry is a huge industry. It can really make you or it can damage you.
Well, thank you for such wise and insightful advice. You're a man on the job, you're busy, but thank you for your time and hope to catch up with you soon. As I mentioned, backstage access, Ladysmith Black Mambazo, they will be speaking to Noma from Afroroots soon after this.
As you know, Afroroots is passionate about maintaining our culture, and nothing speaks of our culture like our music. And we've spoken about the mbube music in our last segment, and today I'm joined by a 5-time winning, Grammy Award winning group, Ladysmith Black Mambazo. Guys, welcome to Afroroots and thank you for joining us. My producer tells me, Uti, to be in Ladysmith Black Mambazo, I have to be from KwaZulu-Natal. Is that true?
Not anymore. We can recruit from anywhere now, because Ladysmith Black Mambazo, it's not only for South Africans now, not only for Zulus, but it's for all Africans.
So I can join?
Institution now, okay. So you can join.
If I could sing, I would join tomorrow, but I can't sing.
If you can talk, you can sing.
You think?
Yeah.
So, I grew up listening to Ladysmith Black Mambazo. I think my father will be very proud of me today talking to you guys. And I know that different people have come in and out. Can you tell us a little bit about who's in the group and how they've, who's been here longest and those kind of things?
Here we have Babu Albert Mazibuko, who is also the co-founder of the group. He's been with the group since 1969. And then we have his brother.
Okay.
Yes,
Baba Apedniko Masbuko, that's his brother,
okay,
who joined the group in 1974. These are the oldest members of the group.
Okay.
And then we have 4 sons of the founder of the group, Dr. PJ Shabalala,
yes,
who joined the group in 1993. So that is me, Sponseni Shabalala, Tulani Shabalala, Tamsanga Shabalala, and we have our older brother, although he looks younger than all of us, because he keeps himself fit, yeah. So this is Msizi Shabalala.
Okay.
And then we have new members who joined us. There's the new member who joined us 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still new. 10 years ago. He's
So he's the, he's the most recent member?
No, he's not here now. I don't know where he went. His name is Mfanafuthi Dlamini. And then we have Pius Shays, who joined us 4 years ago. And then we have Sabelo Mthembu, who is the son of one of the retired members,
Yes.
who joined us 2 years ago.
Oh, wonderful. Wow. So it's the generation that keep going,
Yes.
which is very good. So what is the inspiration? What is the message behind Ladysmith Black Mambazo's music?
When our leader Joseph Shabalala formed the group, his mission was to bring hope and also to spread peace and love around the world. So that is the message we're still carrying on to the people, to the world, that we need to have peace and we need to have love and love one another and live peacefully in this world. And we've been very fortunate that our fans, they keep on coming and keep on asking us to come and spread that peace. That is why we're here.
See that in your music, you've got a lot of fans that follow you around the world all the time, isn't it? Yeah. So 5 Grammy Awards. Wow. We're happy. We're happy as Africans, very proud of you guys. How does that feel? What does that mean for the group?
It feels very good. It means the people are supporting us and they get the message that Ladysmith Black Mambazo stands for. And we are very happy about that.
Yeah.
And we're still going to continue because there's still a lot of things that are happening around the world, around where we stay. We still need to preach love, peace, and harmony.
Oh, wonderful. I watched an episode, a show when you guys were performing with Tom Jones. Yes. That was looked like a really good show. Yes. So, out of interest, who's the most interesting collaboration? So different that you guys have experienced so far.
I think the most important collaboration that opened the gates for Ladysmith Black Mambazo all over the world was the collaboration with Paul Simon. That is a very important collaboration that helped the group to be known all around the world. And there's other collaborations. I know the Babu Albert, he likes the collaboration that we did with Dolly Parton.
Oh.
Yeah. He can tell you more.
Yes, I think that one it stands out for me because the fashion show that she put out for us. When we went there, she came and then she greeted us in the studio. And then about 5 minutes, she disappeared. And then when she comes back with a different attire from head to toe. And she did that for 4 times in 2 hours. So we were always talk about that. And then she's also a very happy person. And also, when we are, this is a secret, but don't tell. When we are away from home, so we miss that connection with the women. So if the women comes amongst us, so it brings that, the happiest from us. So I think that's why we are always think about that, because the other men, you only think about the music, but if it's a woman here, so you feel that kind of love and that warmth.
So I mean, you guys have traveled all over the world, and you're touring every year. And so what's the favorite destination? What's your most I don't know if you get chance to visit tourist destinations when you are on tour, but what's your favorite place?
When we are on stage, but we've been touring United States a lot, so we can call it our second home. And then we used to go to Europe as well and UK a lot. Maybe we go to, since I joined in 1993, we've been going to the United States for Black History Month every year. So I've been touring to America from January to March, 25 years of my life. Yes. So I will say that is our second home. And then we go to Europe and UK as well, maybe like once after 2 years.
So, how important is culture to the group and to the message of Ladysmith Black Mambazo?
Culture is very important in a way that it tells you, it reminds you who you are. So it's very important for people to know who they are, to know where they come from. So that culture helps you learn that and to know that whatever you do, you must know who you are, stick to your culture more. You can, like we were talking about collaborations, you can collaborate with people, but don't forget who you are.
What Afroroots is about is trying to make sure that the youth and the people that are living outside Africa, sometimes it's very easy for us to lose who we are. So it's important for us to connect with you guys when you come here, and then we can broadcast this to everybody else here to say, you know, I was with my brothers, and it was very good. So in talking about that, you know, co-founders, some of your co-founders still here, Baba, how involved are you, Baba, in mentoring and the direction of the group, or mentoring these young guys to make sure that they last as long as you have?
I want to live by an example to them. Just to remind them that what it makes us important group, and also what it helps us to succeed what we're doing. Because we were doing something new, so what we do, we dedicate ourselves. It's a dedication. That's the first thing that they have learned, and then I'm so proud of these young guys because they're mastering it and then they're doing it correctly. So that's what I do, and then I also encourage each and every member that if you are in a group, you have to do something extra. Let's say if we are on stage, you can find us look very good. We have a good attire. We have white shoes. It's something that needs to be clean every day. So I'm glad that so they adapt all those things. I used to do all those things, and then just to show them some simple things that it makes the group. You know, those things maybe someone could say, if I sing, is that all? No, it's not. You have to keep time. You have to dedicate yourself, and then you have to respect, and you have to love what you are doing. So if you are doing that, so you are encouraging even the young ones, your kids, because the most powerful teaching method or a tool in our lifetime is not to tell someone what to do, but it's just to do what is right, and then that person, unknowingly, that person will be finding himself or herself following you, because you are instilling that in a secret way, but you just talk to that soul, and then so if you're planting something into the soul, so no one can root it out.
Question was going to be, I think you've answered that, was you know, we have a lot of young people in Australia here who are of African descent, who are trying to also make it in the music industry. So I was going to ask you what words of wisdom you would leave for them, but it sounds like though, you know, you've said those. I don't know if there's anything else anyone want to add.
The very important what the young people could do is to believe in themselves, because when we seeing some other people succeeded in doing anything, they are famous, but what we have inside ourselves, we hesitated. You said, no, I don't think this is going to make me bigger as that one. But it's not about being big. It's about what you do it right. There is a saying that I like. It says, just do your best. Don't stress. But the key in everything that you do, in order to succeed, you have to work hard. You know, if you sleep, I doubt anything it could happen. Yeah, there's nothing comes easy, but everything, if you work hard and then believe in yourself. I can say that many times that the African people in everywhere, all over the world, if they can learn that, if you believe in yourself and then do whatever, you can take an example to some other people. I'm not saying people, they should sing maybe the same music that was sung, 100 years ago. You can take that music and infuse it and then just mix it with the nowadays style, because the style in music, it changes all the time. You can even find that in Ladysmith Black Mambazo, when you are listening to their earlier CDs and now, so they go with the time. So that's why they are still relevant to the people.
I'd love to spend all day here with you guys. I'm sure you've got a show coming up, so we're sitting here in this wonderful venue. A lot of people will be waiting to see you soon as well. I'm sure you need some rest. But thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you again next time when you come, that Afroroots can spend time with you again.
Tough times never last. Strong people do it. Tough times never last. Strong people do it. Tough times never last. Strong people do. Tough times never last.
Ooh, I better stand up and never Thank you so much, and I think I might be in the group next time.
Yeah.